Personally, when I imagine a home theater PC, I would think of something on the small side, but technically anything can be an HTPC. This is exactly what Silverstone showed me with their Grandia 11 case, which is basically a horizontal mid-tower case. The advantages are, of course, if you want a full-blown desktop that will accommodate almost any GPU under 340mm long and 240 AIO cooling. It retails for around $180, which is pretty high, but let's see if it's worth it. Speaking of value, let me show you a great choice in terms of a VPN provider. It's called PrivadoVPN and it's basically your one-stop for such a service. Even the free one has great perks, but the premium one is on offer if you follow my affiliate link in the description. And let me give you a personal case where this helped me out. I was away at a friend's house to play some co-op games, and no matter what, we couldn't connect to the game servers using his internet provider. So I fired up PrivadoVPN since it has unlimited devices support. Not only that, we were able to play, but we even managed to access his full broadband's max download bandwidth. So yeah, feel free to check them out. So back to our case. As always, excellent packaging, branding and protection with any Silverstone case. You get the regular installation screws, some zip ties, booklet and an extra fan cover. Now this is a funky looking 2.5-inch drive bay adapter that slots underneath the PSU. The front of the case is very sleek and minimalist, but has this hi-fi glow and feel to it. Thus the case will blend in your cabinet alongside other matching equipment. The front grille is fully meshed and you can barely see the included 120mm fans. Standard connectivity on the front with only 3.0 USB ports, while on the other corner we have the power, reset buttons and the regular status LEDs. The top panel has this extra ventilation in the GPU area, while the bottom is more industrial with everything on display. The rear feet provide plenty of clearance and anti-slip functionality, while the front feet will be visible and thus have this chrome finish. Now this is the PSU side where you can install the second fan grille. This is the back of the case and rear motherboard AIO. You have the full ATX headroom of up to 7 PCIe slots, and you can even install 2 additional 80mm fans for exhaust. Then on the GPU area you can install an extra pair of 120mm fans. If you want to use the case vertically, just be mindful that will block those side air ports. To access the inside of the case, just remove the 2 thumb screws from the top panel. The regular 3.5-inch drive cage is already installed and you can use the additional 2.5-inch tray in tandem with it, but for a first build with an AIO for example, it's good practice to remove the hard drive cage for the best access. The front panel is removable as well and reveals that the included fans and the front USB ports have their own recess areas in the case. The control panel PCB has minimal footprint and doesn't get in the way since it's not attached to the front mesh. Then all of the front AIO cables are nicely secured and organized via these included Velcro straps. Decoding the product code on the fans, we find out that these are 1200 RPM rated and powered via 3-pin plugs. Regarding the installation phase, it's really easy, especially if you remove the main hard drive cage. The power supply up to 180mm long goes in first, followed by your desired 240 or even 120 AIO if applicable, then the motherboard with cooler attached since there is no rear access to the motherboard on this case, and then the GPU. Mind you, if you plan to use bottom fans, then these will interfere with any ports located on the longer ATX motherboard format. Wire management is quite easy since the hard drive cage can easily cover your spaghetti junction. As mentioned before, you can use the extra cage in tandem with the main one, but by doing so just make sure that the air cooler doesn't protrude the motherboard's edge by 6mm. The max air cooler height is up to 146, while Silverstone recommends that you use any motherboard that has the first PCIe slot offset to the second row, since it will determine how long you can have the GPU before it interferes with a potential AIO, for example, from 340mm long to 334. This is especially important if you plan to use a push-pull configuration. Looking at the CPU numbers, but mind you, this was with a locked voltage of 1.50 volts because it's a hot CPU even in stock form, let alone when paired with a regular 92mm AMD cooler. With the help of the included 120mm fans, the overall results are quite good. So far this case has optimal airflow regarding the CPU and motherboard area, even with a hard drive cage installed. Then when it comes to the GPU, it usually handles itself depending on its cooling, but these numbers should improve if you install the additional fans into the case. Total system noise output is again highly dependent on your component selection and plus cooling of course, but if we focus on the included fans, they will be audible only at 100% RPM, so make sure you set them under 80% give or take. The SilverStone Grandia 11 shows to be a capable platform in terms of component selection and headroom for cooling and storage. Technically, it could easily accommodate a 360mm AIO or a third front fan, but this might be a pet project for modders or a future iteration. Price-wise, it's a bit steep, despite all of these great features, but if you want this specific sleek hi-fi look and theme, then yeah, go for it. If you want to see another cool case, check out my previous one with the Milo 12.